Welcome to Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by RFL Client Consulting. I'm Bob Lederer. It doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, I feel a calling to urge action by members of the research industry in order to force the kind of change that can and I think should happen. And I'm feeling it now after the all but unanimous reactions of support to my Thursday RBDR last week that got into repairing research conferences. You can review the comments I got in the description box underneath that day's video, and I'll tell you there was one fairly vehement, disagreeable response. But I think there are realistic solutions to the pair of age-old complaints that I got an earful about at CRC and TMRE. There won't be anything other than a tortoise-like reaction to the problems of conference design and fluff-filled papers until and unless blocks of companies and individuals who make it a point to attend conferences and who pay the conference bills inform conference holders that they might not come, or worse, that they will not come, unless they start to see some changes being made. The number of attendees and vendors whose presence is needed to fill the meeting rooms and the exhibit halls make or break most well-attended meetings. And by the way, let me take a moment to express my apologies ahead of time to my many friends who conduct research meetings. Their heart and business sense is usually in the right place. But it's hard to make the significant changes I propose because change is hard. But you know what? It's supposed to be. Frankly, I don't see any concerted action from attendees and exhibitors happening anytime soon, in spite of this call to action. But I still hope that conference holders will accept the premise that a handful of alterations could swell their attendance in the short term and go a long way towards extending the life of popular meetings. The bottom line, exhibitor concerns in particular should be taken far more seriously. I've been hearing complaints about not enough traffic going through the exhibit halls for well over 2 decades. And by that I mean we've got to start to see some visible, focused action. Declarations that my layout idea that would make sure that attendees do spend time and go past exhibitors in and out of ballroom presentations. The argument that these kind of things can't be done in current hotels just doesn't wash. Allow me to quote Thomas Edison, who once said that when you think you have exhausted all the possibilities, remember this: you haven't. Nor can we begin to or continue to accept bloated presentations as standard fare. Lay out the end goal to a speaker in the beginning and stick to strict guidelines through the end. They will gain greater impact from the audience, and you will see more smiling faces from attendees heading out from the hall and hopefully working their way past exhibitors in the process. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored today and this week by RFL Client Consulting, which we created to assist client research department heads as well as research agency executives. It relies on our 24-plus years of personal experience with both types of executives, those on the client side and the thousands on the agency side. Unique capabilities we think include checking out advertising and promotional efforts behind any new product or service that they roll out so that we can honestly tell you about their actual novelty. And then working with a client market research department to smooth out rough edges or perhaps institute important changes. There is more that we can do, and I'm advocating the Thomas Edison quote we just shared when it comes to what we think we can do to benefit executives throughout the research industry. So check out RFL Client Consulting at our corporate website, rflonline.com. You can see my email address to the right as well as my phone number. Hope you have a great research day and that the rest of your week is also profitable. Let's hope we all have a rousing weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here on Monday.